You're not rooting for your own team.
You can't walk out on the set, bro. That's the cut anyway. Top 5 NBA players.
I can go 6 Lakers in my stuff.
LeBron at 1.
I gotta go with King.
Jordan at 2.
Magic.
I'm gonna take Kobe.
Kareem.
My small forward, I'll take Latrell Sprewell.
This guy.
Sportsmanlike Conduct Podcast.
Welcome back to Sportsmanlike Conduct Podcast. I'm your host, Cassius Clee, and we are back in the studios of Industry City, Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn.
Ponix, what's up, man?
What's good?
Everything's good.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese.
Yeah.
Is it a rivalry?
Yep.
It is. All right, coming right back to you. Brother O, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. Is it a rivalry?
That is a no for me.
With the double point. Rudeness. Before you answer that question, I need you to do hit the smash button thing you always do.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Smash the button one time.
Scene?
Scene is done. We're not doing scene no more.
This guy's from Winston Island, bro. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. Is it a rivalry?
Yeah, it's a rivalry. It's a cheap rivalry, but it's a rivalry.
All right. Brother Chris, what's up?
What's going on?
Is it a rivalry?
Negative.
Negative.
Yo, no double pointing negative?
Negative Ghost Rider.
Rube, I know what you're going to say.
It's a rivalry, man. Come on,
is.
man. It's Michael Jackson versus Paul McCartney.
Yo, I thought you was about to say.
Ebony and Ivory.
You know what I mean?
That's a
It
good
wasn't
one. That's a good
rivalry,
one. That's a good one.
Still, he felt like he bought the Beatles.
Yeah,
Well,
the Beatles,
so-
they became a real rivalry.
So if Caitlin buys the Chicago Sky, then we'll say it was a rivalry.
There's a rivalry, so we got to wait till she purchases it, right?
Dirk Dash, is it a rivalry?
It has to be.
Has to be. All right. Big Joe, what's up, man?
Joe Cap.
Joe Cap. I think it's not an athletic rivalry, bro.
No,
It doesn't have to be.
it's not an athletic rivalry.
But it is. The WNBA needs it. It's keeping our attention, right?
Exactly.
We're talking about the fouls, and we're talking about her getting hit in the head, and I think she's gonna say everything after every game. Angel Reese, that is.
Oh, yeah.
She's like the antagonist.
Yeah, she don't care. Well, the media made it.
She said she's gonna get. What she said is a funny whistle, or the referee whistles is going one-sided, something to that
Something
nature.
to that nature.
But
You can't get a flagrant and then say that, though.
yeah,
I like Angel.
That was a flagrant.
It was
That's
definitely
to the law.
It was only a flagrant because she hit her in the head.
Yeah, but she went for the shot.
She didn't go
went for the
after
ball.
her aggressively. She was swiping for the ball and caught her with her forearm in the back of the head.
it's a basketball
That's
play.
it. It's a basketball play. It
It's
wasn't.
still a flagrant.
Oh, it was only because.
He was a
Like
flagrant.
I said,
It don't matter
it
why.
does matter. It does matter why. I mean,
she
listen.
violated the rule.
What Chanel Carter? I mean, what's her name? Carter. What Carter did? That was aggressively. That was not basketball. That was basically her hating on Caitlin, shoving her to the ground.
I think it was intensity.
Okay. What Angel did was Angel was pursuing the play. She made a swipe at the ball. She made incidental contact with her head. It's a flagrant foul. I don't think it's worth getting worked up about. You know what I'm saying? There's been 9 flagrant fouls in the WNBA this year. They only talked about 2 of them.
Yes, bringing the stats.
Because those 2 involved Caitlin Clark.
So they didn't talk
That's
about
it.
they didn't talk about the flagrant with Angel?
Because they involved Caitlin Clark.
No, I'm not talking about the one with. I'm
No,
not
the one-
talking about that one.
The one she
Which one?
got snuffed on the ground, right?
No, she didn't. She didn't get a flagrant. She's only got 1 flagrant this season.
No,
No,
she,
when
the
she got
person
hit.
that the,
No,
she
it wasn't
got
a
hit.
flagrant.
The person got ejected. What are you talking about?
When she got
What are you
hit.
talking about? She got
You talking about when she?
They talked about that. What are you talking about?
They talked about
What you
that for
talking
2
about?
seconds.
You feel me? Yeah,
For
nah.
2 seconds, they talked about
selective
that.
memory, man.
They
You
talked
talking
about that
about
for
foul.
2 seconds.
Man.
They talked about that for a whole weekend like they did this. The only reason they brought that up was
It's
because
the number 1 pick, bro. You're gonna talk about the number 1 pick.
It's the perfect storm, though.
Exactly.
It's marketing.
It doesn't make keep acting like we
It's
don't
marketing.
know what it is. We know
It's marketing.
what it
It's
is.
marketing, but it's not.
It's the y'all saying it's a market, all right, but that's not the question. The question
market is
hold on,
making
bro.
the
Hold on.
rivalry.
The question that was asked is this a rivalry? And the answer is no.
Thank you.
It is not a rivalry.
It is a
Thank
rivalry.
you.
It's something to talk about.
Yeah.
Of course it is, but no, it's not a rivalry,
Yeah, this
son.
is- it's
How is it a
rivalry,
rivalry? Hold on, let Polly
No,
talk.
I'll
How was it?
let y'all go
How
first. I'll let
go,
y'all go
Polly?
first.
Let
Go,
Rudy
go,
go.
Polly.
Let
Tell
Rudy
me.
Let Rudy
It's,
go.
it's, it's,
I'll
a,
let
it's
y'all
a,
go first.
the reason why it's a rivalry because they've been playing against each other before college.
Thank you.
So it doesn't start with it didn't start with the NBA. It goes way back in high school. They've been playing against each other. So it's always been a rivalry with them.
That's the. We know what fucking rivalries are.
How is it a
bro.
rivalry?
Stop it, man.
Stop comparing WNBA to the NBA.
Thank you.
No,
bro.
but I'm just saying.
Can't compare them.
we're
Cannot do
talk-
that.
If
You
you
can't
want
do
to
that.
if you want to call it, label it a WNBA rivalry, fine. That's not the question. The
It is
question
the
is it a rivalry?
Was-
We know
those two.
rivalries.
At this point,
North Carolina Duke, that's a fucking rivalry.
at this
You know what I'm
point,
saying?
Men
has there
versus
any been?
women
Has there ever
Even
been?
if you want to do women,
What?
you want to do women.
There was no rivalry in WNBA. There's nothing to talk
No,
about. really.
listen. I know what y'all trying to say, but we're talking about a rivalry is two teams that hate each other or two people they pit against each other that
see.
have to guard you
Right, you
and you
talk-
have to guard me.
you talk about
They
Magic
don't-
and
they-
Bird.
They play two
Thank you.
totally different
You're
positions.
talking Magic
Thank
and
you.
Bird.
Magic
we
and
get it.
Bird started in college too.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Time out.
Hold on.
Time
I'm
out.
gonna come right back to you.
Go ahead. Yeah,
What?
yeah.
So what do you want to call it then? If it's not a rivalry,
I don't know what to call it.
No,
This is
call it
just a
anything.
story.
You
It's
You
not
can't go.
anything.
You don't have to
Story.
label it
It's
as.
just a
You don't have to
story.
label it as
Y'all love
anything.
doing that.
Why-
Every
why
time
do-
I
why
say
does it have to
something
be
like that,
labeled?
Every time I say something like that, I gotta explain. I'm not letting y'all do. Y'all gotta explain.
I'm
You
explaining
can't
it.
give your
I'm
word.
explaining
Give
it.
your word now.
I'm explaining it.
Every
Why does it
time-
have to be?
All right, let me-
Why
I
does it
gotta
have to
call
be a
it.
rivalry though? I don't understand.
Every time, bro.
I got it,
Go ahead,
Chris.
go ahead, go
I
ahead.
got
Go
it.
ahead.
I
Go
got you.
ahead.
I got
Go
you,
ahead.
P. This is not a rivalry. Number one, they don't match up against each other. These are two totally different positions. Number two, both of their teams suck. If it's a rivalry to be the worst team in the league, then that's a rivalry. You know what I'm saying? Rivals mean you got something, you get bragging rights over beating somebody, or you got that hatred, but not necessarily hatred, but just a competitive hatred against each other. Doing this had nothing to do with them being a rivalry even in college. I don't even think it was a rivalry then. It was just a back and forth thing because Caitlin Clark was waving off Shorty when she was shooting wide open threes and missing. You know what I'm saying? But they end up winning the game, and Angel Reese got the last word. But listen, we know rivalries, bro. Cowboys, Giants, rivalry.
Thank you.
These are things that
You're comparing
you
it-
could.
You're comparing it to male
We're
athletes.
comparing.
no
We're
women's
comparing.
sports.
No, you can't change the
Wait.
definition of
But
a
there's no
word
women's
just to
sports
make
like
it
that.
fit.
Wait a
Your
minute.
Exactly,
predicament.
y'all forcing it to
changing,
be a
you're forcing
rivalry.
something
Nobody's-
that's not
Nah,
even
that shit's a
there.
rivalry.
We're not forcing it to be a rivalry.
Y'all forcing the
The-
rivalry thing on
The
this.
media is forcing it to be a rivalry.
Hey, you rude. It's that simple, bro. It's
Ro.
literally that simple.
What up, God?
explain yourself, God. Go
The
ahead.
media is forcing it to be a rivalry. The problem is, y'all, both you and Chris are falling the seat apart. Male rivalry is completely different. It's testosterone driven. We are athletic. When we get pissed off with somebody,
boy.
it
With the
becomes
psychology
personal.
about it.
The WNBA needs something to galvanize
I totally
and
understand, but they're
No,
forcing that.
listen.
If you want to say it's a
Is it
fever,
being forced? Yes, being
if you want,
forced.
you said the question is Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Those two players. You didn't say the team.
The
you didn't
team.
say.
No,
the team could be a rival. You could force the team to be
Of
a rivalry.
course, but that's not
those
what
two,
they're
you
doing.
You cannot
They're
force
forcing
that to
those
be a
two girls
rivalry.
to be rivals of each other.
I understand
They're
they want
setting
to
it
push
up
the
like
narrative,
that.
and I'm for it, but it's not the technical term for it being a rivalry. That is not it. You know what a rival
so
is.
what would you
Scott.
call it
Come
then?
on,
No,
bro.
let me ask you a
What would
question.
you call it?
Let
What
me
would you
ask
call
you a
it?
question. How many times did they face each other in college?
Once.
I think it was twice.
Twice.
Okay, so that's a rivalry?
No, but they've
Is
been
that a
playing
that's a
against each
rivalry.
other before college, though, is what I'm saying, Chris.
Before.
How many
Before
times? How
college.
many times did they face each other in college?
I don't know,
They
but
played
a lot.
AAU ball. And it wasn't a lot, yo. Please, somebody look that up.
All right, time out.
Somebody look that up.
Time out.
But what do you call it then? What would you call it?
To anything,
I don't even know what to call it, bro. It's
would
not
you
a rivalry.
call it?
The only definition would be
I
a
wouldn't
rivalry.
call it anything.
What would you call it?
I would not call it anything. I would not call it nothing. I would call it.
So two teams that play each other, that's a rival?
That's what they played each other twice in the pros. They played each other twice in college. Cardoza played. She played against whatchamacallit twice.
Angel Reese.
Against Caitlin twice. Is that a rivalry? Is there a rivalry between Cardoza and Caitlin Clark?
Well, how many games did the Lakers play Boston? Don't they play twice a year? How is that a rivalry?
The history made it a rivalry.
Okay,
You know why? This is what happened.
Go ahead.
You seen the end result of Magic and Bird.
What was the end result?
And they ain't guard each other. They ain't guard each other either.
That's the end result. Boston Lakers.
They ain't guard each other though.
No, they didn't. But
Thank you.
So based off
college.
O's definition, that can't be a rivalry.
They guarded each other in college.
You just said, hold on, y'all literally just said you can't compare men's to women's, but then you turn around and use a men's as an example.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't get it. Well, is it not the same? Is it the same or is it not the same?
Y'all don't know if y'all doing the Dougie. I don't know if y'all doing the brick walk, but y'all dancing, my nigga.
Why we dancing?
You so crazy, bro.
I call it nothing. I call it nothing. What do you call it?
You gotta call it
You
something.
call it a rivalry.
It just can't be nothing.
Why do you have to call it something?
So if it's not a rival, what is it?
all right, let's.
What are we?
Go ahead, P.
What are we up here talking about?
Basketball.
Yo, just say what you gotta say.
What
Stop
are we-
asking
We
the
talking about
questions,
basketball.
man.
I'm gonna talk
Yeah,
I'm gonna talk how I want to talk. I'm gonna talk how I want to talk.
Listen, we're not gonna do the whole. What do you call it? What do you call it?
You know why?
Why do you call it a rivalry?
Because at the end of the day, one of them in college. Every time we see their names, they're tied together. You think about one, you think about the other. Every
for a
time,
year
who do you
and a
ask
half.
Angel Reese about?
I got
Who do you ask Angel Reese about?
Caitlin Clark.
Who do you ask Caitlin Clark about?
Angel Reese.
Bro, they're tied. I didn't make them go against each other.
How does that make it a rivalry?
Let him go.
How does that make it a rivalry,
I
though?
feel just like you feel, son.
Because you asked one about the other?
Let him go.
Let him complete his thought. Go ahead, bro.
All right, like I was saying, bro. When we was watching the games, right? We was following the tournament. Angel Reese plays with an attitude. What does the media say? Oh, she plays blah 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 and things like that. Caitlin Clark does something like that. Oh, she's tough. She got a personality. Blah blah. Media spins it, right? So the media spins the story. So now you're pitting two people that probably don't even got a problem with each other, but they don't see each other. So now, if there's competitive energy between them two, who's fueling it? The media, right?
Media.
So now, when you bring up somebody, you might not even like this person like that. But why? Why? So one looks like the good guy, one looks like the next great white hope, and the other one is a black girl with an attitude, right? So now it becomes what? It's the race thing.
Yeah.
Bro, regardless.
Still don't understand how that's a rivalry. You still haven't explained how that's a rivalry, though. You still haven't.
You're saying what it is.
I mean, if you're talking about somebody dancing, if we were doing the Dougie, you break dancing. You're Olympic break dancing right now. All right, go. So go.
Bro, they're tied to each other.
Yep.
They're tied to each other. So much so that we're not even thinking about the teams that's actually competing.
That's true.
Why is that? Why is that? Because two of them are now the pillars of marketability in a league that needs stories to push it to where it wants to be. So they're gonna make them. They're gonna make them rivals.
That sounds like
they'll make them rivals. Not because, oh yeah, I really hate you, blah, blah. They need it to push the league. When you sit here and tell me, oh, it's a WNBA, they play in the WNBA. So if it's a WNBA rivalry, whether it's a WNBA rivalry, college rivalry, it's a rivalry. They're going against each other. You want to see the matchup. We don't care. We don't care that both of these teams suck. We don't care that both of these teams got 2 wins. We don't fucking care. We want to see Caitlin versus Angel. People got people that's rooting for Angel, and people got people that don't like the other side because they like the other one. Yeah. That's a rivalry. That's a rivalry.
Don't agree with that. All right. I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? No, just because it's trying to be forced does
It's
not
not
make it a
trying to be
rivalry.
forced.
A
You just
rivalry.
said the
A rivalry. You
Millions.
just said that.
We
You literally
just
just said that.
We
You
watching
just said that.
We
No,
just
listen,
said it.
listen.
We're watching
To
it.
me, in my opinion,
You had
in
to
my
touch it,
opinion, a rivalry
watching
comes from
them
the
why?
people that are playing,
We're
not
watching
from the
them
media.
why?
Just because the media says, "Oh, these
watching
two,
them
these
why?
two, and this
tune
one,"
in.
that's
We
a
tune in
rivalry.
why?
That's not a
This is
rivalry.
what's gonna
It
happen.
has
Do
to
you
come
know
from if I see this dude on the court and I say I want to beat him so bad, that's a rivalry. When I go after this person, same with the vice versa. It's not a rivalry just because the media calls it one thing. That's not what makes it a rivalry.
It's
That's
not
my
definitely
point.
yet. Yeah,
That's
it's
not what makes it a
Definitely
rivalry.
not
The
yet.
media.
I think
the
it's
media.
Definitely not yet.
Yo,
You know-
for people like us, right, who never watched the WNBA, I think
You proving the point with saying
But you're watching
though.
Caitlyn against anybody, not just Chicago. You can't tell me that you sit there and say, I'm not watching any WNBA games until
Those
it's
two
Angel
players.
against
Somebody
Caitlyn.
might.
But that's
Chris,
actually
But
happening.
did you?
though.
That's actually
Did you?
happening.
Did
That's
you
actually
do that?
happening.
Chris.
That's actually happening.
No,
Chris,
no,
I don't-
that's
That's
not.
the game
no,
that's gonna
you the one that hold on. You were the one that was just saying a week ago
I'm
that
the only one
that
that's
you were the
watching.
one that was saying just a week ago that all the numbers are up because they want to see Caitlyn. You were saying, oh, 17 million viewers, this, that, or the third, or whatever the
Mystics
case
sold
may
out
be.
the big arena.
That they're selling out
Yeah, but
this. Did you
it's
asking?
being
Did the
pushed.
Liberty
I'm
ever
just
sell out
I'm
before
telling you
then?
what's being
So,
pushed.
so
I'm telling you what's being
everybody
pushed.
exactly. Caitlyn's being pushed. The rivalry with Angel is non-existent. It's not. It's
I wouldn't say that
non-existent.
because
yo.
Google
They're
said it's a
tied.
commercial rivalry.
They're
If you look it
tied.
up right now, it says
They're
it on
tied
Google.
together. They're in the
Yeah,
same draft.
It's a
They're
bro.
tied.
It's a commercial
They're
rivalry.
forever tied. And
They
guess
are.
what? Guess what? Who was in the finals last year?
This guy with his questions. Just say
the
who was
Aces
there,
and the
man.
Liberty.
Aces
The Aces and the Liberty.
Right?
Right.
Brianna Stewart beat Asia Wilson for the MVP. That was the biggest story of last year because people feel like Asia should have got it,
And
right?
that's a rivalry.
And that's a rivalry.
That's a rivalry. You want to say anything in the fucking WNBA is a
Yeah, but
rivalry.
they-
Those two motherfuckers are rivalry.
They were vying for. You showing them. They were
Get outta
vying
here,
for
son.
something. That was a rivalry.
Exactly.
Then they
They
were
not
vying
watching
for the MVP. Then they were vying for the championship.
Yo,
That's a
I'm
rivalry.
not pushing it.
Yo, Chris,
Yes.
Y'all niggas is crazy.
I don't. I'm only checking for Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, bro.
But that doesn't make it
But that doesn't make it a rivalry, though.
That's two
How
different
does it
things.
make it a rivalry? Listen,
Listen,
On the court,
I'm
it's
gonna
not
tell
a
y'all
rivalry.
wait, hold
yet.
on.
That's
on
what
the
we're
court.
saying.
I'm telling y'all one more time. If you look it up in Google, it is a commercial rivalry.
Google's
Commercial
wrong.
rivalry.
Google's wrong. I'm gonna go by oodle. That's the shit that you
Go
came
by
up
Axe
with.
Jeeves, man. That's right.
Ask Jesus God. He got fired.
Yo, but
Y'all don't like
these
it.
two
Yo,
players,
because-
these two
because
players are
rivalry,
pushing
as
the
we
league.
know it.
What does the definition of rivalry say in Webster's dictionary?
I'll read it.
Oh, I'll read it right now.
Thank you.
I already have it.
Oh, go ahead.
I'll pull it up for you right now.
Wow,
You
this
can
is
see it in your star text.
this is
Let me see
creating
my
this is
stat
creating a
man.
lot of tension here. Angel Reese and
Competition for
Caitlin
the
Clark.
same
For the
rivalry, man.
for the same objective.
For superiority in the same field. Not the same position, same field.
Okay. So
rivalry.
then there's a rivalry between everybody that's on the court at that time. Then.
Yes.
Everybody.
So there's a rivalry. So then there's a rivalry between the Fever and the Sky.
Y'all know what we talking about when
Nah.
it's a rivalry.
Yes,
So
That's what I'm saying, yo. Like,
Y'all know
yo,
what a rivalry is,
oh
man.
my goodness.
This ain't a rivalry
We're
yet.
not talking
Oh
about
my
the
goodness.
team.
All right?
Yo.
That's what I've been saying. You asked me if it's a rivalry
Right.
now. No.
Not now.
Nah, but
Okay.
you was going about position. Now you say it's not a rivalry yet.
Thank you.
You was going about
Changing
position.
it.
Yo,
No.
even because they don't play the same position. You're talking about those two people. They cannot be. It's going to be real difficult for them two to be rivalries.
So you saying the team? You said as teams, they're not
What
rivalry
was
yet.
Angel's quote last
Not
week?
as
I don't know. What
individual
was
players.
Angel's quote last week?
It's not only Caitlin Clark.
They talking about
Bro,
playing.
it's just them two, bro.
It's just them two.
Right now, it is.
Who you don't even remember
not-
the other people that was
You're
drafted.
not tuning
But
in.
this is why.
Boston,
But this
There's
why.
names.
Cause-
But this is
Cardoso,
why they forcing it. This is what
Reeves.
we're saying.
They
They're
might be-
forcing this as a
Regardless, it
rivalry.
still
They
is
try
what
to
it
promote
is.
the game this way. This is what they're using
We
these
have
two
no
players.
problem.
That's what it
I have no
is.
problem with that. But
But
just
so-
saying it's
yo,
a rivalry shit
Saying
is
it's
not.
nothing.
Yo, you
we
know-
just talked about this for
Listen,
15
so
minutes.
because I
It
can,
be nothing.
because somebody only knows two people that was drafted this year, that makes it a rivalry. That's what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying.
You just said, why did you ask me that then? Why did you ask me that then? You just asked me that though. You just asked me that.
No, it's not.
You just asked me that though.
No, it's not.
You just asked me that. Did you not just ask me that?
Y'all bullshitting. Y'all
Oh, we
bullshitting.
bullshitting.
That's on tape, bro. No, it's not.
He ain't say that. He ain't
That's
say
not what
that.
I'm saying.
He ain't say
No,
that.
it's
But
not.
that's what you asked me though. That's what you asked me though.
Now y'all getting me tight.
That's what you asked me. How we getting you tight?
Y'all lying. Y'all lying.
We lying.
No, let's stop. We're getting them tight. Let's stop.
What you talking about? I know what the fuck I said. Fuck out of here, bro. Dumbass nigga. Come on, get out of here.
Oh, now you throwing names. Come on now. Grow the fuck up, yo. Come on now. That's ridiculous, yo. Because we won't say it's a
Dumbass
rivalry.
take? That's a dumbass take. I didn't call none of y'all dumbass. What
You
talking
just.
about? I said dumbass.
Whatever,
I said
yo,
dumbass
whatever.
take.
Yo, this is Caitlin Clark and
about?
Angel Reese got cats.
Word.
Got cats
I'm
hype,
literally
bro.
saying something.
Y'all-
I said something
Y'all
else. What am I
talking about
then?
it. It makes
I
it
said
a
you just
rivalry.
asked me that.
Fuck outta here.
I said you just asked me
Fuck
that.
outta here.
They're
Get
winning
the
right
fuck-
now.
It makes
You
it a
just
rivalry.
literally just asked me that.
Yeah.
Whatever, yo. It's not a rivalry in my opinion.
It's not.
There you go.
At the end of the day,
There you go.
at the end of the day, we all
In my
got opinions.
opinion, in my humble opinion,
we
it
all
is
got
not a
opinions.
rivalry. You say the same thing. If
Just
you want to
say
say it
that.
is, then say it then.
Say that.
All right.
We said it was a dumbass
It's
take.
said then.
Say
It's
that.
said.
We
Said
said
it
it
then.
was a
I
dumbass
said
take,
it then.
but we said
I
it.
said it then.
Fuck that, it's a rivalry.
Hey, that's a dumbass take.
Fuck outta here.
Whatever.
So who's
Shit, bro.
who's gonna get
MVP?
rookie of the year?
Word, right?
Oh, you know it's gonna be Caitlyn. She might even get MVP
Hands down.
too.
Yeah, they
might
said
force
that
that.
Asia Wilson got beat up. Nobody reports it.
Oh, she
got
has 4
scratched
flagrant
over the
fouls
face, all
on
kinds of
her.
shit.
Yeah.
Yo, they don't care, bro.
No.
Why don't they care?
They just
Because
wanna
they got
promote
their
these two.
hope.
They got the black versus the white.
Yes.
The race card is gonna be played.
Yes.
Play this whole thing up.
Yo, you know what I don't like about this whole
It's
rivalry
not a
shit
rivalry yet, son.
is that there are 5 teams that are doing well in WNBA and they're not getting no coverage, kid.
Why?
Well, no,
Like,
that's understandable,
Suns,
though.
Liberty,
Why?
Aces.
How's that understandable? It's a
Because
sport.
they have something that they could rock with. Because what are we doing right now? We're talking about Caitlyn.
Right.
So that's what they're going to push.
And you guys are name calling, so this is really.
Yeah. They're talking about Caitlyn Clark and Angel Reese. I say her name too because she's tied into it. But we know sports. We've been watching sports a long time. WNBA's been around for what, like 20 years?
28 years.
Came in.
28
the
Almost 30 years. Yeah, 96 I think
Yeah.
it started. Yeah. So there's no, because even back then, there was no rivalry because the Comets are winning. Then the Sparks are winning. You know what I'm saying? Then I think the Sun had a little run. Phoenix Sun had a little run for a
but
while.
bro, we
Not
gotta-
Phoenix Sun.
We gotta be honest,
Connecticut
bro.
Sun.
We weren't
Connecticut.
watching WNBA.
No.
I only watched
weren't.
the playoffs.
So these two players have made people watch WNBA.
They
Yes,
gen-
but
they-
that
it generated-
those are two different things.
It generated.
That's the
That's
first
fine.
rivalry.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
No,
I'm
we're
not
not.
disagreeing with the fact that everybody is watching because of these two players. What I'm disagreeing with is that there's a rivalry, that there's an increased level of competitiveness when Caitlyn knows that she's playing against Angel and Angel knows that she's playing against Caitlyn. I don't think that those two are purposely saying, "Oh, I can't wait to go against these people, this one, so that I can prove myself." That's not what's going on there. That's not a rival to me. A rivalry to me is not just because my team is playing your team, that makes us two individual rivalries. That's all I'm saying.
But you're talking about
how come
the way
Angel
you're
Reese
putting
always
it.
has something to
You're
say
putting it
about
as a
because the
personal
media
rivalry.
keeps asking her about it.
You're putting it as
The
a personal
media,
rivalry.
the media keeps asking her about it, though. The
Right.
media is trying to create a rivalry. The
Which is
media
fine.
trying to,
I'm not
which
even
is fine. Like I
disagreeing
said,
with them trying to make it a rivalry.
exactly.
But it's not.
I'm gonna go with, not a rivalry yet, but
Okay.
this is
If you
how
go
this
and
is
Google-
how it begins.
Yeah.
That's how it begins.
Say it
bro.
one more time.
It could be the beginning of a rivalry when their two teams are competitive and competing for something besides the
Yeah.
bottom of the WNBA. Then it's a rivalry.
Rivalry, usually you have something at stake. They have nothing at stake playing each other.
All right.
There's nothing at stake. when they're
But your
playing.
guys are putting it towards as a personal rivalry. There's no personal rivalry between
But
the
that's
two of them.
that's how the question was posed. The question was posed as
niggas-
Angel Reese and
Are they
Caitlyn Clark
rivals?
are rivals.
There's 3 definitions for rivalry. You have to look it up. Commercial, biological, or personal?
Yo, bro, we don't.
You have to look it up.
It
Care
might.
about nobody else.
It could be personal.
It's commercial.
Tied. We bringing up college matchups. We bringing up this person did this person against this person in college when they was going against each other to the point we don't even give a fuck about the matchup of who made it to the fucking finals of the tournament. We cared about LSU versus Caitlin's team, Iowa, and then now it's like we care about when this team goes against this team. Bro, at the end of the day, influence is influence. Whether they like each other or not, there's a play where the media is going to source something up. Larry Bird and Magic Johnson are both on record saying, we didn't fuck with each other, but it got bad because what?
Media.
The media sourced it up.
got
The
into it.
media's gonna source it up because you're on the opposing team. You have two
Here's
of the
what you
pillars
missed.
of the future.
Don't talk
It
about
was
those two.
Bro, the first person that won a championship was who? He didn't even beat Boston his first ring. He went against the fucking 76ers, no?
Yes.
And they were still talking about who? Larry Bird. Larry Bird wasn't in the game. It wasn't about a competition. These are tied. These are tied together. One person likes this person. The other person likes this person. Your competitive thing is gonna go, bro. He can be my man. If I want to play against him, I'm gonna be motivated to
This
play
is where
against
you're
him.
wrong.
Bro,
Larry
at the
Bird
end of the
and
day-
Magic
at the
hated
end of
each
the
other from fucking college.
At the end of the day,
What are you talking about?
I said that they didn't like each other. I just said that. I said the media also played a hand in saucing it up. I just said that.
You got to sell a product.
You have to. And
We're not denying that,
when you're in a
though, bro.
league
You
like the
saying
WNBA,
that like we disagreeing.
When the
But you know-
WNBA, I'm not saying it like I'm disagreeing. When the WNBA are lacking, bro. They're lacking
Severely.
in marketability.
Severely.
They have two of the people that's getting paid almost the highest ever when it come into rookie season. They're marketable. They're gonna pit them against each other to make it a rivalry. Guess what? Because it started in college. Angel Reese, whether it's talking trash or not, she went in front of her when she won a championship at the highest level in college. You can't see me. When she was the talk of the nation. Whether or not they have personal beef on the court, they've been going against each other. So you want to see the matchup. So when you want to see a matchup and they're on two opposing teams, that's what makes it a rivalry.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. I don't agree
It
with that.
does not.
I don't agree with that.
Just leave it
Y'all
at
don't
that.
have to-
That's
Oh,
it,
listen,
bro.
I'm
Y'all don't have to
fine.
agree.
But don't say it's a
Y'all
dumb
have to
take
agree.
when you disagree.
Yeah.
Come on,
You
bro.
don't-
That's disrespectful, man. That's disrespectful, bro. That right there is mad rude. It's not even necessary.
Also
yo.
rude to say that I'm not saying something, making up, saying that I'm bullshitting what I'm saying. When I know exactly what I'm saying.
I know exactly what I'm saying. Come on, bro. We don't need to do that shit here, man.
I'm gonna do same to yours.
Disvalue
simple.
because we disagree?
It's not because we disagree.
Come on, man.
It's not 'cause
Stop
we
that,
disagree.
man.
It's
Stop that, man.
because we disagree.
It's
You're
not
getting
even
real
LeBron
sensitive
takes,
now,
bro.
bro.
It's not because
You're getting sensitive, man.
It's not
Stop
that.
it.
It's not that.
All right, man.
Very much so.
It's a Sportsmanlike Conduct podcast.
Word up.
It's not.
We'll check this out in 2 more years. This is a real
Well,
rivalry.
we could revisit this then. But you said right now, is it a rivalry? Fuck, hell no.
Definitely.
Hell
Definitely.
no.
Definitely.
Rudy says yes.
Yes.
Hell no.
No. I still say
Rube
no.
says yes.
Yeah, it's a rivalry.
I say
By definition, it is.
Not yet.
not yet.
Not yet.
So that
There
means
you
it's
go.
not now, right?
Not now.
Exactly.
Not quite. All right. Sportsmanlike Conduct podcast. We're coming back with I can't tell you yet because what happened at
supposed to be
Ballin'
in
for
this
Peace, baby. Okay.
Sportsmanlike conduct.